How do I begin to greet you today as we come on for another Connecting the Dots program? How do I begin to tell a story of how great the connection has been? How do we begin to tell a story of how great the connection has been? Hey, something is wrong there. We didn't tell me I too loud, everything too loud. Okay, Dean, I'm going to follow your instructions, okay? I'll follow your instructions this morning. Good morning to you in the Commonwealth. Happy Saturday. To those of you residing overseas, those residing right here in Dominica. Hello from the other side. We must have called 1,000 times to tell you that we're going to have fun today on the program with our guests. It's a lovely Saturday in the Nature Isle and we are on a roll as we roll out the red carpet. Story today, there we sit tight because our guests Payeki Mall. Where's Jik Lovely and Nigel? Nigel?
Hey, morning.
I almost forget you there. But there. How you doing, Nigel?
How you doing? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Mopaka well, but I can hear you. That's the important
so
thing.
We good. How things going?
Well, okay, everything all right. It's really a busy morning, a busy Saturday, in fact, Nigel, of course.
It has been for you. I can well imagine what's going on right now with But,
yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you say it's that season is wrong, eh?
Yes, I tell you, and youngster is keeping me on my toes. Yes, Dean and myself, like for me.
Yes, of course. Youngsters to ensure everything is running smoothly,
Yeah, man. Nice.
Good morning to you, youngster.
Yes,
doing
Nigel.
Good, doing well, doing good.
So how this thing go? How are things with you, Nigel?
Everything's blessed, man. Everything's good. It's another wonderful Saturday, as always. Always good to connect on a Saturday with you. The week wasn't too bad, Had a little freighty here and there,
Yes.
A little cool breeze came through for a while, but it's all is well.
We on the Nigel. We on the. Let me see. Yeah, let me check the vibes.
Let's see. We on.
Let me see what is happening there. Let me see what is happening there.
And nobody's here.
We just had a very interesting program, by the way, on Calypso with Carlisle, Duncan Stowe, and Erickson the Gallery. So it will be on every Saturday. Today they had 1 hour. From next week it will be an hour and a half, obviously. So we go back to our 9:30, but it's nice to bring on our guests. So yes, Nigel, I still be on, but I'm not seeing me, so I don't know what's happening.
Well, I'm not seeing you.
I'm not seeing me. I just seen the flyer there.
What am I seeing? I'm just seeing the beautiful flyer.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing myself.
But I guess it will come through. Yes. Good morning to you, Carl Kofi James. He reminds us very early there's no video.
Yes, we.
Jacqueline Stedman, good morning to you.
And when the video not ready, I think that's be taking them.
No video yet. But coming through. You'll see I in a little while. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dean can get it sorted out. If not, I'm going to call Youngster on him.
Well, Youngster listening, and Youngster is the engineer behind everything, so you should know.
Youngster, we're giving Dean like another couple of minutes to get the video on. If not, you'll have to fix up Dean first, okay?
Yeah. But Nigel, I served my detention last week for unruly behavior on radio and social media. I was laughing too much, and so I was reprimanded by Curtis Matthew. So I'll take it easy today, Nigel. I'll take it easy. We are not going to laugh at all. Now, it is a serious man.
You can do that too.
Man. Yes, I was reprimanded. But I want us to come on first to start the vibes there.
You were having too much fun. So
yes.
He took care of that for you. Okay,
but Scrunter, that caused that, Scrunter, that caused that if his venti single. Wait, boy.
It was a good time.
But I shall zip my mouth today.
But today you shall be on the other side.
And if you think I'm going to ask the guest about his ready-made jacket more, and the story behind that, Kusala Madai. No way.
Okay.
I said in my lane.
All right. Didn't go through. I think we can see.
Okay, we on?
So, yes, thank you, Dean. Appreciate it.
You sure nice? Okay, yes.
I love your lovely Dominica.
Yes.
Your lovely Dominica t-shirts.
Yeah, lovely. Yes, Dominica t-shirt.
Whoever give her one like that, can you send one for me too, please?
But why isn't it blue now? It's so purple and pretty, and you're not seeing the true color on the live. No, but anyway, it's all right.
True,
It's
it's
all right.
looking blue for true. Eh? Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see if it's
Why
looking
I have
right
a
there.
pretty purple on me? Jane, show my colors, man.
Looking more blue than purple. But,
Yeah, it's purple. It's very a pretty purple. But anyway.
a pretty purple?
Yes. I'll see if I can get a ready-made jacket to put over it, so I'll cover it. Or bring out the color more or less. Nigel, we're going to start. We're going to have fun. Yes. And,
we should have fun. We should
yes.
have fun. We should have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and someone wants to let you know, don't worry, don't too fake.
Yes.
Laugh if you have to laugh. Could just want you to choke them.
I know.
Laugh.
Look,
yes,
somebody asking me on my
Martin
WhatsApp there. Ask the guest about why he's addicted to slots. But what is that for me? You early like that, Nigel? No, man. Why is addicted to slots? Nigel, I went to the eliminations last Saturday. Nigel. I was tempted to have one. I was really tempted to have one at the eliminations, but I still in my lane. Nigel. When Lord Thunder came on stage. Oh, wow. Yes, I am. But it was fun. It was really a good it was a good event, well organized event. I must say,
wonderful,
back in the day,
wonderful.
long ago, people used to feel that like the eliminations was nothing really, but now eliminations has grown, and I think that's a sign of good things for the art form this year in terms of the crowd attendance, participation and all of that. There are still diehard Calypso fans who will always go out, to support Calypso, no matter if it's on it's on a live, you can stay at your home and see it. So that's good. I think we'll have a good season this year.
It looks like it started off well and looks like it's going to continue that way to be a wonderful Calypso Carnival season. Yeah, the eliminations was good, man. It was a mixture of nice fun, and at the same time you had some some nice social commentary, little political vibes in there here and there. Nice,
that's needed.
Nice mix. But you should have taken one.
Next one nice take one. Yeah. But the quarterfinals will come up in 2 weeks' time. So not next week Saturday, but the Saturday after that will be the quarterfinals, and it should be big as well.
Looking forward to that because that's where you have all those who fell through the finals coming through. So it's going to be a big show. It's going to be a big one with all the, as we say, the big names coming through this time. So looking forward to that as well. And then, after that, I'll be joining you down there. So we'll see how that goes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's good. Well, Young's already putting you on shift too, so we'll see what works out. We'll see what works on Nigeria. But today we have the grand opening, the opening parade of Mass Dominic 2025, and that will start from Pottersville, I think between Public Works and Steber Street, around that area. So that's where the parade will start and go on to the Bayfront, where it will culminate, of course, with a lot of activities that are planned for there. I think the mayor of Roseau will give the keys to the city and a few other addresses and performances and all of that. And it should be a fun time this afternoon.
It should be. I remember back in the day when, it used to be coming out from the Newtown area, so you'd stand outside DBS and get ready to
But there was a time as well, it was from Pottersville too, I can remember doing it from Pottersville. Yes, it
used to be from Pottersville.
Yes, when I had just entered radio and, doing this from Pottersville. I remember I did it for many years. Back in the day, it was just radio then. But so much has changed, yes.
So much has changed. We now can see you woollying around as you're moving around.
Well, I don't know about that again. Well, these days, if I me. But Nigel, it should be fun. So let us go on to, by the way, what is the book saying? Because we're going to bring on our guests. Anybody in the book?
Well, yes. Let us also say congratulations to all the DGS students. DGS celebrated their Founders Day, a couple of days back. So, congratulations to all the DGS students, past, present, and of course the future. And, as they were saying on this little thing, I am DGS. All you fresh, I am DGS. But yes, DGS, congratulations on Founders Day. The book is going very well. We're pretty busy. I'm Marky Paul. Good morning to you. You're working now, but of course you're connected. Lydia Langley, good morning as well from Call You. I'm going to laugh your heart out, and don't worry with them. I'm waiting for the laugh. Good morning to you. Hey, Alvin, you there? Good, yes. Good morning. You say you just wake up. Is you by the name where Boy, dear, yes. You had me up late too last night, but we're here. We're here to do what we have to do, you know. So good morning to SMA as well and contribute to the fun. Don't forget.
Yep.
Hetty Lawrence, good morning. I want to hear about that ready-made jacket. Don't worry, we'll figure it out in a little while. You know, so the book is going on very busy, very, very busy. Thanks for rolling. Yes, let's see who again. Shills Joes, good morning, CTD. Always my pleasure to be on. And so on. So the book is going busy. It's going to be a busy one. I will log on to the YouTube in a little bit so we can see what the YouTube people are saying, because they always keep saying we're forgetting them, right?
Yeah. Yes, so good morning to the YouTube people. Nigel,
yes,
let me bring
make sure we have them as well.
Okay, so the Dominica Corner now, and then we pray and we bring on the guests. Simple.
Here we go.
So you would have realized the Dominica Corner, what it has been like for the past 3 weeks because of all the guests that we have. So it's simple, Nigel. You know what, right? Name 10 songs of the guests. At least 10. At least 10, Nigel. I'll help you.
Well, let me see if I remember a couple songs. Let me see. I know you have the ready-made jacket thing. Okay. I might know the exact name of the song, but ready-made jacket is one. Figures is another one.
Boy, look some names, boy, Nigel.
You like big figures. Trouble, boy. Figures.
There was a rooster.
There was something about
a rooster.
Something about a pool, you know.
Yes, the rooster, something like that.
Rooster, yes. Something about cock, something. I don't remember the name of the song, but rooster something.
Yeah. The DPP, obviously, we can name this. This is taking, you know, the radio, you know, and not just the radio. I mean, it's just riding the waves, Nigel.
Yes.
What song again? Addicted to Slots.
Kissa?
Addicted to Slots.
Oh yes, addicted. Well, I didn't want to say that one, but yes, that.
Anybody helping us on the live? Lion the Man. Okay, Dean come and help me. There, guy. No, Dean know his Calypso.
Dean. Oh yeah.
More Bank. And Lion the Man.
Yes, More Bank. Yes, More
Vole. There's a song Vole. Is Vole.
Vole.
Didn't tell me what about after COVID.
There's a Vole.
There's a. Yes, Luthers. Something about Luthers, you know. Yes.
Those of you on the book, help us out with some of the songs.
Vole. Bowie. There's something on Bowie. Bowie and Fire. Yeah, man.
You see a song on Bowie too, you know.
Yes.
Bowie people something.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. One of the earlier ones, Dr. Finger, right? Yeah,
no, not he that did Dr. Finger.
That's Finger. He was doing the dance. He was the thing.
Okay. All right.
He was the doctor. Okay.
I taking them out. I think I taking them out. Yes. But the man will tell us the man there. But anybody helping us on the live? They're not the
Well, let me see if there's anybody helping us with some other song. Let me see. Oh, Jimping Belarus.
Oh yes.
Yes.
How can we forget that?
Jimping Belarus Airport. Yeah. That was the last one here today. So yes, we had that one. Thank you, Marvin Brady, for that. You know, appreciate that. Okay.
Well, we reached 10, you know, I suspect.
But we reached 10 already. But we do more than 10.
We said ready-made jackets. We said addicted to slots. Lion the Man. We said that. I think so.
Yes. I think we have actually reached 10.
Yeah.
Jimping Belarus.
Okay. Let's bring it one time.
Slots.
Yes. We said that.
Yeah. We did well. We did well.
Okay, Nigel, you have the prayer close. Let's pray and bring on the guests.
We did very well.
Yeah, the prayer, right?
Yes. Oh, we have to. Oh, yeah.
Let's
you have it?
Let me look for it.
I always have it very close by, you know.
You're very good for that.
For some reason, you know, my hand pressed something and then something pressed something, you know. But certainly it's always good to give thanks. So let's see if we can give thanks in this way. If we can't find it, we'll just pray together, right?
Okay, I got it. So let me just
go. You got it. Go right ahead.
Heavenly Father, creator of mankind and the universe, we thank thee for the gifts of life today and all the blessings you continue to bestow on your children. We seek your presence and intervention throughout this program, and we ask that you keep us connected always. We also pray for the success of the program, its hosts, its coordinators, the guests, the listeners, that they may find purpose and enjoy what they share. Bless our radio station and the nation, and may we grow to love and unite with each other, irrespective of our differences. All this we ask in your name, now and forever.
Amen. And amen.
Nigel.
Always good to give thanks.
Yeah, it's a big time now. And the name Narin Trendsetter Murphy has long been synonymous with what, Nigel? Banking and Calypso. But this jovial and easygoing individual is much more than that. He has the ability to bring about interesting issues on social media as well. So apart from he being a very decorated Calypsonian in terms of, his charisma on stage and the songs that he bring out, the commentary, he's also well known for his willingness to help the less fortunate or people who do not have a voice or are very often ridiculed. As I said, his charisma, his success as a social media influencer and more has made him, I would say, a go-to person, from his witty calypsos to his seriousness as a banker. His encounters with Brian and Anne-Marie, we'll talk about that as well. Not by any way to ridicule anyone, but it will just show you, the strength of the man, trendsetter, and what he's involved in terms of helping people. And Polo and much more, Nigel, we will talk about. He's living, true to his name. He's a trendsetter. And it's a pleasure to have him on. Your turn now, Nigel. As you bring him on, maybe I was deeper.
Well, I think you've captured it nicely in terms of bringing on the guest. You've captured it nicely. He's done all that and more, and I'm sure he's been involved in other activities that we will find out later on. So it's a pleasure to have him this morning on Connecting the Dots and to connect and share his story and his journey with us. Hey, good morning to you, Mr. Naren Murphy. We're going to have that in different parts. We're going to have Naren Murphy, and then we're going to have Trendsetter, because it's two different people. He might probably tell us one and the same. We'll find out. But hey, good morning to you.
Thanks for connecting. To you, Nigel. Good morning to you, Ivona. I'm here to connect the dots.
Yes. And it is a pleasure to have you connecting these dots too as well, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yes, we were supposed to have him, Nigel, last week, Saturday, but because of the eliminations, the man is always busy.
Yes.
The man is running all around the place, so definitely he could not have made it, but it's a pleasure to have him. He released a big song, on another radio station on Kyrie FM recently, and so we are going to talk to him, not just about Calypso. He's more than just Calypso. Right, Nigel?
Yes. Last week he was busy counting the figures.
Yes.
So he couldn't be there with us. Yes.
So what's our first question to him?
Tell us about that too.
We're going to ask him, who are you? Who is Naren Murphy?
Well, Naren Murphy is just a quiet individual from the community of Massac. That's where I was born several decades ago. And I lived there for almost about 20 years. Then I subsequently moved to Jimit, where I have resided up until this time.
Okay.
I am married, a father of 4 children, a banker by profession, and a Calypsonian / entertainer. I got into Calypso in 2008. And as I indicated on another program, it was not to stay. I wanted to send a power, a fear. So I went in 2008 with a Calypso, with the assistance from the man Derek Centros. Derek Hunter Centros is really the person responsible for me being in Calypso, because he was the one who could craft a song exactly what I wanted. That was my first Calypso. It was a thing called Stressing Me. Like a diaper on a baby bottom. Every time you see me is some. So Hunter gave me that song for the first year for me to just go there and, say what I have to say. And then come 2009, the fans will be asking you, what you have. And then that bug stayed with me. And several years after I'm here, I went on to be an ordinary executive member. Then I elevated to be the treasurer of the Calypso Association. And it has been a nice journey. I mean, it's not easy working with Calypsonians. They come at me very, very tough from all angles, especially because now that I'm the treasurer, they think I have all the money there and I can just pay. But one of the things we have to realize in business, wages or salaries is just one component of your operational costs. There are the other overheads, there are the other stuff that you need to also meet for you to remain a going concern. So yes, I always say to them, yes, I wish we could give the king some bigger prices. But then that's not the only expense we have to pay. Are we going to forfeit the property that we have? Are we going to shortchange the security and whatnot? So we ask for their support. We ask that, when to encourage persons to support the art form so it can grow and get bigger, and then that can lead to some increase in the remuneration packages.
You're batting first with Calypso.
Yes.
That just tells about your commitment to the development of the art form.
Oh, yes.
But Nigel knows very well that we like to go way back, and sometimes Nigel like the best. So we want to find out. You were born and raised in Massac. We want to find out about that community. As a little boy growing up, what can you remember? What are some of your fondest memories and things like that?
Well, I remember my days in Massac. I mean, I played a lot like every child, but I took my schoolwork very seriously. So when I get home, and I did not have a choice, I want to, even before I go further, I want to say good morning to my mother, Celia King. She raised me in Massac. Well, my father, I did not live with my father. I lived with my mother. And she was a very strict disciplinarian. I could not afford to fall by the wayside. So I had to take my education very seriously. And it's after I do my homework, then I could go out and play. And the playing include Bebel as well. That's one of my favorite games.
Bebel with what? With bottle tops and things like that?
No, well, we had to play more than father.
Okay.
And we love Olico Shack. And that was part of the growing up. That was part of the fun thing. So after homework is done, you get to go and play, but you have to come back inside. By 6 o'clock, you have to come inside for you to take a little bath. Sometimes they used to say you have to sponge or whatever. You have to get yourself. You cannot be outside on the road. And I can never forget, there was a day my mother passed. Maybe she will not even remember. And she saw me by the basketball court. And she yelled, "Naren, 6 o'clock, come up." The guys called me 6 o'clock for an extended period, All my friends, they were there, but I have to go home. And today I can really see the importance for that discipline my mother instilled in me, that play and fun will always be there. You have to be in by a certain time. You have to do your homework. You have to do your this. You have to do your that. So it was a nice time growing up in Massac. We did not have no luxurious lifestyle. It was, a small little house we grew up in Massac. And that's why I've remained humble. I never looked down on people because I know where I came from. I didn't come from no golden spoon, not silver, not bronze. It was a very, very simple lifestyle, sleeping on the floor, and I just used that to keep me grounded, to not make me forget where I came from. That's why, often enough people see me associating with characters, they would call them, and they might wonder why. But it's because of my upbringing that saw me to be always humble.
So a lot of what you do now is a reflection of how you...
Yes.
raised.
I'm a no-nonsense guy, zero tolerance for nonsense. But I understand not everybody may be fortunate, maybe like me now, to have a job and to have different things going their way. And they may need a little support. Persons may shun on them, persons may ridicule them. I try to not ridicule them, I try to use certain aspects of theirs to make the public look at them in a different manner. So you will see me with Polo back in the days. You'll see me with Brian and Anne-Marie. You'll see me with Jeremiah. You'll see me with even Derek. I gave an opportunity not too long ago, because they are human beings as well. And I always said, I'm here today. I never know where I might fall, and it might be one of these people there that might give me a bottle of water or something. So I don't look down on people. I look to see how I can bring up people.
Interesting, Nigel.
Nice. I like that. I like the fact that you recognize, where you came from, and to continue on that journey. Going back a little bit to where you came from in terms of school days in Massac, what was it like for you, the school days, primary school and so on?
Oh, it was a fun time at the Massac primary school. I remember my teachers like Miss Foy, Miss Liverpool, Corina Laville, and there was a Peter Aragostin. Peter Aragostin was known. He loved to cane and he would make sure your pants, you have to wring it, you have to hold it and twist say it to make sure that
You would feel like
you can get the tambourine whip. You can feel it properly. And so I remember Peter Augustine, another teacher that stood out for me is a man by the name of Stephen Joseph from Massac. That man was an educator. No nonsense, very positive guy, but inspiring.
Nigel, I don't want to interrupt you, but Nigel, you see the trend? I mean, he just started the program, but he has named so many people already. So it just tells
Yes.
about, that connection he has with the people. He named Anne-Marie and Polo and, and Brian and so many teachers' names. Sorry to interrupt you, Narin, but I just had to make that comment because I'm
Nope.
just saying it.
No problem. So I went to the Massac Primary School, and it was a nice time. They played as well, but we were very much competitive among ourselves, and all trying to get a scholarship and taking our education very serious. It's like if you get an 80 this time, you want to make sure you get a 90 and move up from there. So my days in Massac School was very enjoyable, and then I moved on to the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School.
But even before you go there, though, what was the community like? You mentioned, of course, your mother. She taught you all discipline. She was a no-nonsense lady, mother. But what was the community like, apart from you growing up in a little house, as you said? Generally, your neighbors, were they looking out for you as a child and things like that? The elders were looking out for the younger ones?
Oh, certainly. We had a nice camaraderie with our immediate neighbors, and even those that were not too immediate. Everybody looked out for one another, and my mother was known, so I couldn't really go and do nonsense for her to get a report, because I would get what they call a volley. And she didn't used to spare, or she didn't used to hesitate to, if she have to give me a beating, I would get a beating. Sometimes if you say I do something and she's not there, and my uncle, I have to keep my fingers crossed, hoping when she come home he doesn't say nothing. A time I even put something under the mat. Somebody tell me, because I went in the sea and I maybe stayed an extended time, and I said, somebody said, if you put something under the mat, so maybe it will work. But thank God my uncle, that day he didn't say anything, because we went in the sea from, if it's 10 o'clock and all 5 o'clock we were still in the sea. So I know that day, had she known, I would have gotten a volley thoroughly. But it was real nice times, real nice times. I mean, I keep on speaking about my mother, because my mother, up to this date, is still alive, and I'm very, very grateful to have my mother. My mother and I have exemplary, I would say excellent, above, beyond. I mean, it's just beyond this world, the kind of a relationship that I have with my mother. Even at this stage, I take no major decision without running it by my mother, I keep her involved. I let her know what's going on. And she is not a person that will sugarcoat to tell me, no, that is nonsense. Nonsense you doing. Fix that. Go correct that. And we have that vibes. That's why she lives in Jimmet, and I could build in Jimmet without no problem. Sometimes people do not want to build too close to their parents, because parents have to come and take out that curtain, put that tablecloth, put this. That's not the case with my mother. My mother will respect my life. She will do whatever, but she's so close by. So it's like I cannot even imagine probably living or not having my mother there. No. I mean, I know it will eventually come at some point. Maybe I will go or she will go and whatnot. But that's the kind of a connection I've had with my mother from day one.
That's deep, Nigel. I know it touched you a lot, what he's just saying, but we have to.
Yes, for a moment I had to turn away, because
yeah, I realize, Nigel.
Made me remember Mama, of course. Yes, yeah. And there's nothing like the mother's love and the connection that there is, and so let me just tell you, from one who've lost their mom, appreciate her, love her, and make sure that you're there for her in whatever moments you can. So yes. Why Larry not to do that to me this morning? I'll move on to another topic.
But in my other neighbors, I mean, I also grew up with my cousins, like people like Vilna, Malina, Uncle Son. So I had a nice little network. My aunties, Afinia, Alex. It was a nice little network, raising that little quiet little boy there. And I was, in fact, a very, very quiet.
I can see it.
To the extent where
seriously, go back away.
At school, you wouldn't believe, at school, I was so quiet and shy. Teachers would ask me questions, I would know the answer. I would know the answer.
I can relate.
And I would not, they would call me to answer and I would not say nothing because I was perturbed, I was just afraid. But I know what I was doing. I would, because I got a scholarship when I went to primary school. But it's just that courage to just speak out and whatnot. That's why sometimes some of my teachers, when they see me, they say, Nari, that is you? Saseu,
That bashful little
that
boy.
is you? I said, well, boy, it had to happen
Something
that way.
happened.
Something happened, and I still consider myself a reserved individual. Persons may say no, I still consider myself a bit timid and shy. I just talk it a little bit more now than before.
What about things like sports and being in the choir or being in groups and so on when you went in the primary school? Were you involved in that?
Well, I was involved in sports, well, more normal sports in primary school, and then when I went to high school, I was actually playing for my school under 16 team. I did not have a specific position, is where I get to play. I could not really master a position, so sometimes I would be midfield or defense and whatnot. But then I got an injury, and then that sort of put me out for the time. So I never really resumed any sporting activity thereafter.
All that time though, Nareen, were you like listening to Calypsos?
Oh, well, my mother was always a lover of Calypso. So she would attend the shows, and then if she doesn't attend, she would be listening. So I would be hearing it. I wouldn't always be digging it so deep. But then after some time, when I saw persons like Hunter and Dice into the art form, I said, boy, I can try a thing, man. I mean, I know I can't sing like them, but I can try a thing, man. And I used to do it for my work. Like, if you have a little show or whatever, I would sing a Dice. I'd love to sing Dice song. Puppet man. Dice King, Dice, big up yourself, And from there, when Hunter gave me that song, You Stressed Me, what the Lord, You Stressed Me, I just started to, develop and develop. I still have a lot to learn. I still have to work on, articulation and diction and whatnot. But for me, it's always a fun thing. I have no tenseness. I come there and I let it go, or I send it up, and what come down. But this year I suspect when I send it up, a lot going to come down.
Jill, we'll get there. We'll get there in a short while. Okay, so primary school days at school, that was okay, and then you move on to high school.
Yes.
Tell us about your high school days as well.
Yes, my high school, boy. It's last night I was remembering my high school days. Something happened with my high school days.
At there.
Huh?
At the...
Well, they call it St. Joseph Campus, but it is the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School right now. Yes. I remember my days there with man like Ilio Charles, is a lawyer right now. Muspa, we called him back then. Aflin Douglas Murdoch, Ted Sarah. It had Jesse Adams, my Okongs Valley Lance, Codrington.
Were you there at the time when Vince Henderson and
No,
Vince were teachers there?
No, Vince. Yes. What am I saying? Vince. Yes, Vince taught me either social studies or integrated science. Okay. Yes, that's my teacher. Yes. Wonderful teacher. You see, these teachers, they made you want to learn. It wasn't nothing heavy. It had the nice little fun time. They give you a little break. And yes, Vince was a remarkable teacher at the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. Yes, I can never forget Vince at all. And even today, I can see none of my teachers on Passem Street. They are responsible for where I am and who I am today. So that's something I tell my children, and something I tell people. You see your teacher, greet them. You see them in the line in the bank, say hello, Miss Doughton. She's at Dumlek now, Miss. And I keep calling them Miss. Reveille Vidal, I suspect you might be listening from Bowie and Fire. That's the song I think you were trying to get.
So Miss and Sir, you keep calling them.
Yes, that's the song we were trying
Bowie
to get.
and Fire. Yes. And I say hello to my teachers. I say hello to them, and because my teachers did a lot. Because it's not easy, you have a class there of some want to learn, some distracting, some disruptive, and the teacher have to contain that classroom. And I give full praises to the teachers out there. They are the one that helping to mold your child and whatnot. So sometimes if you find the child come home with a story, don't come in the place with a bacchanal and you're ready to erupt and you come there, find out, come to the school. My son or my daughter has said X, Y, and Z. Can we have a conversation? And you take it from there. Because never underestimate the value of a teacher in your child's life. You at work 8 to 5. Some people say about home thing, but not everybody have the luxury to have a teacher at their home. It's a handful that maybe can do that. So parents, when your child misbehave and the teacher maybe discipline them. Right now, all you have is good. Ocho, Peter R., they would cane us. And sometimes when we go home, according to what we do, we get a second caning. Nobody's to come there with their pushing and that brazier making no trouble with no teacher. Because they understand that teachers have to instill discipline in students. And I mean, today I think things have changed and things I see students doing and getting on with teachers. We couldn't think of doing that. One look from Peter R. Augustine or Ocho and you have to think twice. You have to think twice.
Narin Usapali.
Oh yes.
And I'm not saying that in any bad way. I just love the vibe. Seriously, I love what you're saying. Even from the start of the program, from the get-go, you mean business and that's very good. Nigel, I see calls coming in. We'll take calls in a short while, but we just want to establish. We want to reach. We're still on high school, right? But whilst you're in high school,
yes,
we
were just on the high school, and then all the wonderful teachers that he had there, and how he enjoyed his time at the high school. Did you during high school, Narine, and you see we're sticking with Narine for now. We haven't gone to Trendsetter yet.
No, not yet.
During high school, did you find yourself? Were you still quiet, timid, shy, or were you starting to get a little more out of your shell?
No, I was still quiet in high school. Still quiet.
But did you have leadership qualities even amidst your quietness?
Yes, I was still shy, afraid, maybe of my shadow. Just there, just checking my scene, checking my education, not trouble. My mother never had to come to the school.
By the girls in the school and all
well,
that.
Yes, of course. I mean, a little talk would have to pass now and then. Or sometime, if I couldn't do it for myself, I had a I had a very good cousin going to school. Her name is Elizabeth Hill, and what I couldn't say, she used to say it for me. She used to write the letter for me. And because, I don't know to put the thing in context. And I would tell boy, at least I like that person, Another person I would also do that for me is a friend of mine. She's a custom officer now, Narcissus. I said, Narcissus, I like that girl, boy. But put a word in for me, I don't know how to. I look afraid. I'm afraid of cocoa. I'm afraid of shame. So, But at the same time, what I looking at the girls, because you're in a school that have girls, you will see somebody you like. I still remember when you go home, before you think of nobody, you have to do your homework. You have to make sure you do all your assignments, and then you can think about the girls and whatnot.
You participated in sports?
Yes, I used to play football for Isaiah Thomas secondary under 16 for a limited time till I fall down and mess up my knee, and I said no, that's a problem. I leave that alone, and I just continue to be a spectator from then. Yeah, but my high school days were nice.
You were not part of the student. You were not part of the student council.
Oh no, I was too shy for that, man. Student council.
You were too shy for that.
No, I was too shy for that. I was too poor for that. I was like, what? I have to go and talk. I have to go and say something. No. But now, if you let me go, then I can talk there until
Nigel, as he's saying that, Fang Chu is saying, if you give Narin a chance, you take it over the whole show.
Yeah. But I
like
think,
this. I like this.
After a while, I said, but Narin, nobody, the people that have horns, articulate, say what you have to say respectfully. That's why I don't if you follow me, You will see sometimes I give people a red card. And it's not to diss anybody, you know. Sometimes I will just see an issue going on and I'll say, no, I find you blundered there. I have to issue you a red card. So it's something persons have actually looked forward to. Who am I going to give a red card? Why? What is the basis? And I just try to be fair and across the board.
Okay.
With the things that I do.
So Nigel, let's just go to the book a while and just let's see some of the comments. You on, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was actually reading a quick message there. Hey, good morning to you, Smokey. Always nice to have you locked on and connected as well. Saying hi to Narin, Smokey. Let's see the book. Yes. Rosalind Severin McLean is also watching. Kendra King says she's so proud of you.
Oh, that's my family. Hello, family.
Alicia, you're saying, Elizabeth, you're not pap. By the way, Alicia, you need to collect, I'll drink, okay? You need to collect.
Yeah.
There are some uncollected items still in the office.
Uncollected stuff. Yes. It's still waiting for you. And Alicia say, by the way, Elizabeth, should I get a red card for writing those love letters for you?
No, that was my she was my cousin when we were going to high school. She was like a tomboy, but we used to be everywhere we used to be together. They even used to say we check in, but we were family. We are family. And even to today's date, me and Liz, we still have that nice, solid friendship. You know, we have that nice, rich friendship. I considered Liz. Liz was actually like a sister to me growing up, in high school. Because, yes, she did put in those little words that I needed that I could not put. Liz would say it for me. So thank you, Lizzo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone is saying I follow you on Facebook and I love your vibes.
John West, I want to say hi to Ivo, Nigel and the guests. Nice to have you on. Bobby Thomas all the way from London, England in the cold, saying good morning as well. And locked on, Celia, Cindy Henderson. Yes, remember where you come from because it made you who you are now.
I like that.
Hey, Elka, good morning to you. Rennie, good morning. Snapper. Laura said good morning earlier. So the book is going pretty busy as always.
Yeah.
Let me run onto the YouTube too before they say we forget them on the
quickly,
YouTube people,
because you have so much things to cover with Translator there today.
We have a lot to cover.
Yes.
A lot to cover. We are Narin and then we're gonna go to Trendsetter. So we're finishing up with high school, Narin, Isaiah Thomas, great time there, enjoyed everything, all your wonderful teachers and so on. Did you start listening into a lot more Calypso when you were in Isaiah Secondary now? You started getting into the Calypso thing or not as yet?
Not as I think I paid a little more attention to Calypso when I was attending the Clifton Dupini Community College. And I think that is where I really started to come out a little bit. Because by then, I was, for a temporary period, part of, they had this crew, Clockers Crew, Skinny Bantan and Dice. Actually, there was a show, either Buju Bantan or Binny Man, and we opened for the person and I was at the front.
Yes,
but my time with Clockers was not that, it wasn't a lengthy period.
Okay. Because you said that somebody said you were in some, let me see what they said here very quickly, that ask Narin about his days as Frisco Benz.
Oh yes.
And part of the No Limit band.
Oh yes, so yes.
Oh, that must be from Miguel, man. Miguel, good morning to you.
That's my little brother. That's Miguel Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Good morning, Miguel. Yes.
We had a little band, my brother Marlon Giodel and a few of us in Jimit. We would take.
Oh, actually, that's Miguel Labadie.
Labadie. Dr. Mig.
And he has his history.
Sorry.
Yeah, so before I went into Calypso, before I became Trendsetter, I was Frisco Benz because I love Frisco Benz because
Nigel, I'm not laughing.
Frisco Benz.
No. That was because I tell myself I want to be like Sprague Benz and Frisco Kid. So I said I cannot be their junior. So I put their name together and I become Frisco Benz. So the people who know me from long time, like Craig Mead and the others, they would call me Frisco. But Frisco Benz, that was when I was trying to be a dancehall artist, and with Clockers Crew, and that
You used to do
was
dancehall.
a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
And that time there, that period there, a lot of the young guys, that's what they were into.
Oh yes,
eh?
yes,
At
yes.
the
You had
schools.
crews from Newton and I can't remember their name now. No, Red Eye Click and Bushton Clang, and but Clockers Crew was the more dominating one, the more dominating one. But I'll never forget Clockers Crew. I mean, we had a song, but we had prepared. We prepared a song. Several of us singing different parts. I record my part. But me and one of the members, we had fall out a little bit. There was a little contention going on. There was some hearsay. Somebody felt Trendsetter and, well, I wasn't Trent, Frisco Benz and their partner may be involved in some kind of roro. And the song came out. I know after who I was coming in. So let's say coming in after Ivona. Ivona part pass. I said, but they maybe rearrange it in the studio. Then Nigel come. Dean sing, Curtis sing, the song going to the end, and I waiting for my verse. I never hear my verse. Up to now, I don't know what happened to that vocal that I put down. Cornell Philip, I think that was recorded at your studio. If you have my version, please send it for me. I would like it. But my part was just removed, and I suspect it was removed because the person or the member who felt I had a little affair. It was not true, yeah? With their person. That was probably the revenge they took to just erase me. Take me out. And I was looking so forward to that. That's the first time I recorded and on studio. First time my voice gonna be on radio, and I listened from about 7 fellas on that. And
story.
My time never reached. Up to now I waiting for my verse. 20 years after I waiting for my verse.
20 years Frisco Benz waiting for
So yeah. My debut, I waiting to make my
Nigel, I am
debut.
hot.
I waiting to make my debut. I remember my part was so many crews to kill right now. So many crews to kill, yeah. So many crews to kill right now. So much of them I go get slay. But it never play. I don't know why. But anyway, we let bygones be bygones. We don't hold grudge. We don't hold no animosity against anybody, and we move on. And maybe.
But you just want your verse.
I want my verse, man. I wanted to. I was looking forward to that.
Nigel,
I tell my people and them, I coming out. I have something coming. It going unreleased. Boy, and it never did. So I just forgot about Frisco Benz. I say Frisco Benz business, yeah. So you see that Frisco Benz business there? Let me forget about that. And then the name at some point, I was named Trendsetter actually. I didn't name myself.
Oh yeah?
Because Hunter gave me the Calypso. And I do not have a name. I don't have no name to sing that song. It's like no name Calypsonian. And it's a friend of mine named Nadia Pemberton from Massac. We were having a chat. I said, but Nadia, I need a name, But we were talking. And she said, but Trendsetter. And I have just take that name. And I make sure I hold that name. And we have seen the fruits of that name. Yeah. Because, but when we reach into the trendsetter aspect, we will talk about Trendsetter.
Which we get into almost there, because Narine Murphy now, after state college, so you at Clifton Jupiter, at that was called Clifton Jupiter at the time, now called Dominica State College. You were getting out of your shyness by then, right? I mean, or you were still... I was
getting out of it. Still probably using people to send a little message for me, There was one girl I'd like. I don't go and call her name now, boy. I had like her so much. I go, that time they used to sell Liberation Band and choke her. My father give me a little allowance. I take the allowance and I invest it into buying something for the girl. That girl was just driving me crazy in school. Yeah, I not calling her name. No, I not calling her name. I not calling her name.
Yes.
And you give her a little choke.
I
And
give
a
it to
little
her. I give it to her. I get them to write her name on that. Write her name, embedded kind of business, and yeah, friendship thing now. And I gave it to her, but nothing came out of that. Nothing came out of that. But a lot better came out from other areas.
Yes, sir. Narin say he was a shy boy. Boy, not shy. Wow.
Can't imagine there being shy, but
No, I
that's
was.
how it is.
I was very shy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about so in terms of CDC, Clifton Jubilee Community College, CDCC, was it then you start getting involved in like in maths and accounting and finance?
Well, I always love accounting from high school. As a matter of fact, I would say I taught myself accounting in high school because at first when the teacher started, she had one book using and I used to fail. Somebody tell me, no, Naren, we're using another book. It have a set of typewriter kind of thing on it. I went and I buy that book. So every time the teacher teach, in the afternoon when I go home, I go in back and I take it my time. And I saw myself getting myself a one in accounts, teaching myself the accounts. And I've always loved the numbers, the figures. I think that's something I took from my father, Mr. Michael Murphy, a former chief statistician in Dominica. And I always like the numbers. I really like words for that. Too much reading business. I always like to crunch the numbers, look at the projection, see what making sense, what figure must add up and I must use to make a song assessment.
And you're saying that convincingly,
Yes.
because you put that in song as well.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I love
it's
numbers
figure.
from high school, and I went on to doing accounting with Malaron in college. And I've always loved the accounting and the numbers aspect.
Yes.
of
By the way,
living.
Snap Olera says she thinks that verse would make a big hit. So give the man his verse back. He wants his verse still. Yes. Who is this now? Gamiel Moses says Naren Murphy is a humble man. He was a bad dancehall artist.
Yeah.
He even wrote a song for me back in the days.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is Cecil Moses that's saying that. I'm not sure.
Gamaliel, I doubt.
And of course, somebody will say, Naren, please don't put the secret outside about the girl in college. Leave that alone.
No, I'm not putting that out. But I mean, that girl, but when I see that girl, I shaking, I nervous. I said, boy, that girl pretty miss, yeah. I used to enjoy coming to college and seeing that girl there.
So
Nice hair, natural hair, black. Yeah.
Look, Marina Bertrand is
But then
You just couldn't say
I-
what you wanted to say. That's okay.
But then I found somebody with even more blacker hair.
Yeah, okay.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Good
We're
morning
gonna
to you
get that
again
part of
before you
it
say
as well.
anything else. So of course, so you got out of college and then you went into the world of work.
Yeah.
What was the first job like? Was it at the bank or
No.
something different?
When I left college, I actually work at Antilles Cement, like a summer job. My mother called somebody and they tell me, you can come, you'll tally. So somebody come for 10 bags of cement, you have to stay there and check that. And they come for 2 by 4, you have to make sure is that they going with, but that they putting on the truck. They cannot go with more. And so that's what I was doing. Although one day the boss tell me if the laborers are not there, you have to carry the bag of cement. I said, what, boy? As if to me, I come there at a little advanced thing. I mean, if it's a thing on nails or something, but for me to heist the cement and put it, I think it was a little too much. So that was like a little temporary job, and then I move on to the traffic department. I stayed there a little while, and then I move on to Inland Revenue, where I stayed for almost a decade, working with people like the current financial secretary. And every time I talk about the financial secretary, I always have to give her applause. That lady instilled a lot of discipline in me. We are very good friends now, but that was not going to be a factor in Naren. Fall in line. You have to do better. And I learned a lot from her. A lot. So I always give her flowers when I get a chance. Denise Edwards, she is part of the reason I probably where I am today as well, because she nurtured me. She gave me the little opportunities in Inland Revenue to act, and I didn't let her down and whatnot. And up to today, we still maintain a solid friendship, professional and otherwise, in our respective
Good.
capacities.
Oh, that's good. That's deep. Hey,
I love
Nigel.
that. I love that. I love all the people who's contributed
Yeah,
to your
and he
growth, man.
he
That's always
remembers a lot
important
of names,
to
man.
recognize
Yeah.
them and appreciate them, you know? Yes. So that was Naren Murphy, the banker, right? And and then you end up getting into Calypso.
Yeah.
And you
How
said
did that
Hunter
come
was the
about?
first, was who wrote that
Hunter
song for
was
you
the
first
guy.
to release some stress.
But even
Yes.
before you got
What was
into
happening to you
Calypso,
though?
though, let me just ask him quickly. Even before you got into Calypso, though, Nari, you said that your mother always she loved Calypso. She used to listen to Calypso. But you yourself, when you reached that age, even before you entered the Calypso ring, which Calypsonians were you listening to? I think you said you like Dice
I
earlier on.
I'd like
But
Hunter,
okay,
Scrunter, Hurricane, Observer. I used to listen to all of them.
okay,
But because Dice was, let's say, in the new generation, because Dice brought a new vibe, a whole new element to the art form when he came. I think it's 2002 or so. When he came in that period there, it got a lot of young person interested into Calypso. That hey, here's a young man. Calypso not no old people thing. Here's a young man doing it. So a lot of us said, "What boy? We need to pay a little more attention to Calypso." And from there, I just
okay.
got more and more interest, and I started attending the shows, and not missing a show, watching from the audience, and then I started. I took the first step in 2008 to try a thing.
Hmm.
I mean, I can never forget. I was afraid. I didn't compete that year. I didn't compete that year. But my song it was buzzing a little bit, and Annie Aaron, I sent it to her, and she said they will give me a chance to sing in mass camp. That's the first time I was going on a stage and sing Calypso, and I can tell you, the band was Scott Z, and I saw me a Portsmouth. To be honest, I was afraid. I want to finish there, come out on stage. But then, as time passed, I said, "But you have to listen to the musician, and you fall in line, and yeah." So to me, I just see myself just growing and growing and growing. So I better understand, wait for the timing and the this before it was a Vitma place. I want to come out there, because I had feeling a little butterfly, and I want to just say my thing and go. But now I think
But you have
yes,
mastered it so well, eh?
yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
I
But
tell people I still have a very long way to go. But for me, it's all fun. It's not a serious thing that I do stress out myself about. But I take it very, very, very serious.
Seriously, yeah. That's
so
good.
so going back to that song though, the song Hunter wrote for you, that
Yeah.
ghost song, the stress me out that song. What was happening to you? Why you feel you had to go and send that song out to someone?
Good.
Well, I know I'm going too many words, but I was going through a certain era
You
where
had a little GoPro thing,
where
right?
I no not go for where I
Okay.
felt I was being unnecessarily stressed without reason, and the
Okay,
best
okay.
way I could relieve myself was to put it in song. And yes, I think my grandmother on my father's side, I think it's by her I may have taken that kind of a cacanese kind of a ways that like you want to give a talk. I think the one of my cousins, Don Senrose, told me she would make like a song for people. If she have a problem with you, she would sing something, she would say something. So I suspect that sort of kind of rub off on me and whatnot.
Because I was about to ask you,
Yeah.
how do these topics meet you, or do you meet them? How comes you get involved in these topics?
Well, this stressing me topic, it
Not only distressing me, I mean, we
oh
can go on apart from
the lion,
distressing
the
you.
man, the well, you see the topics that I tell people already. You have the Calypsonians that will come and sing how great thou art, and Dominica, my love, and we respect those.
Yeah.
And but you have me now that I cannot do it. I have to come there and sing something
You're a
that
trendsetter. You're setting
people
trends.
would not normally sing, and you know, like big figures, or you lie on the man, slot machine. I would sing something that ordinary people, ordinary Calypsonian may not necessarily want to sing, but I want to just be a bit different. So I sing those type of songs. And I mean, I've had wonderful people working with me throughout the years. Some of the songs I have written for myself. So Hunter would start me off. I also worked with the writing as well. I also participated in the writing. But the song that I would say springboard me, make people say, oh, okay, was when I made that ready-made jacket. Yeah. I was at the National Bank of Dominica working at the recoveries unit. And I worked with a guy named Marcus Alexis. He doesn't want to claim my song, but I say, Marcus, even if you tell me, because I was just going to call this song Ready Made, because in Dominica, that's how we know it. But he's a guy who I think he had spent some time in Jamaica, and in Jamaica, what we are calling ready made, they call it jacket in Jamaica. So we said, boy, ready made jacket. So that's how we took our time, and we had that well crafted, like you go and make a suit and the person make a shot. It's short of a length, and you big and tall, and the jacket small, and that song it was a very, very popular song in 2011. As a matter of fact, I was so confident I had my second song, Weeks for Commissioner. I'm not sure if you recall.
Yes.
Tell them we
Yes,
want Weeks for
yes,
Commissioner.
yes.
And I was ready because I said, I go in. But I reached semi-finals and it didn't happen.
Explain to us what is happening when you're writing these songs, whether with help, or you just writing. Do you at times just laugh at some of the lines that you have?
Yes. I say, boy, Narimbo, you're not easy, boy, you're not easy. Especially that ready-made jacket, because even when I had the 4 verses, person saying, but you don't know about that situation now, you don't know about that now, and this person now, and then at the 10th, Mass Camp was a vibing tent at Fridays. Sometimes we would just freestyle and come up with some additional lines. But I do look back and say, where? You mean that is what I said then? I mean, I really said that.
I want a piece in ready-made jacket.
Long time ago.
Nigel, tell me to ask you. Yes.
All right. I trying to recover from the flu.
It's
so
okay.
I'll just give it
We'll
to you.
understand that.
I'll just give it to you as I can give it to you. But it is long time ago when you wanted a good jacket. You used to go to the tailor and make it. But nowadays, woman making jacket at home. After 9 months, you still not sure if it's your own. This man on the pot, he get a jacket brand new. When he try it on, his hands couldn't go through. So he crying foul in the rum shop, he run in his mouth. The man get a ready-made jacket without a doubt. He get a ready-made, and they singing jacket, a ready-made. He gets a ready-made. The jacket fit a doctor instead. But if you big and tall, and the jacket small, no use you ball. That jacket not yours at all. And it was just a nice song, I really, 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 really enjoy that song. And it has been one of my anthems, I would say. Even not too long ago, last year or so, DJ Slim tell me, I know that song as a child. He did not know it would be DJ Slim. And he remembered me coming to sing that song is in grammar school or somewhere. And that song is about 14 years now, Ready-Made Jacket. And I can sing Ready-Made Jacket now. And it can still be applicable. As I said in another program, these Maury shows and Jerry Springer, where the paternity test, I should be a part of those shows with that song. That song should be the theme for those paternity tests. So when they have, you are not the this and you're not the father and you're not the whatever, my song should be playing there. And that's when you have Calypso that doesn't have an expiration Dates.
Timeless, yeah.
It can go on and go on and go on and go on. You know, and that one, I mean, I feel very proud of myself. I love my other songs. I love the Stress in Me and the Lion, the Man and the In the Bean and what again I had?
But you're so many.
Weeks and
Volley and I think
Volley, you were saying about Yonde, Toi, Kote, Mweka, Kote. Anytime or whatever I see a thief called CID, that was Pelham, John Baptist giving me those songs. Pelham gave me Bowie on Fire, Slot Machine, Volley, Demonicans, you know. So, and even my writers, they see the type of person I am. So they are not going to give me a song to probably sing about child abuse. You save that for Lady S, and you save that for Tarina Simon, and you Nashel and these people. But you will give Trendsetter DPP and Jingle
Which you go
Bell
come to a
Rose.
little bit.
Colorful
You understand?
yes.
When you did Ready-Made Jacket though, and you made it through the semis, you think you should have gone through the final?
I believe so, but I'm one of the persons. I am one Calypsonian that make no fuss about George's decision. No fuss. Because I may think I did excellent, but maybe according to the criteria, I may have fell short somewhere, and I accept the decisions, and I come back every year. I come back because I'm not singing for judges. It's not for judges I singing. So every year, win, lose or draw, I come back and drop it.
Trendsetter, our guest today. I tell you, we have so much to cover, and look at the time already. Nigel, we have to talk about his prowess as a social media influencer, and so much of the things that he have done.
Yes. And what he's been doing in that field as well. You know. You want to take a quick call? If you want to take the calls, you can start taking them if you want to go through there.
We were getting calls from the get-go, from the get-go of the program. But okay, so we open up the lines now, so we can take your calls. All right. Yes, Nigel.
Yes, we can do that. So Trendsetter, I mean, so you started in like 2008 there about the Calypso thing.
Yeah.
You've been going every year since.
Every year.
Every year you come out with a song. In terms of the topics you write on, do you give it to your writers, or do you just have a set of ideas and then they craft something for you, or you craft something for yourself?
No, well,
how do you go about it?
Well, the people that I have worked with, Pat Aaron, I work with Pat Aaron. He gave me Judge Judy and another song called Espoir Mal Papai.
Yes,
you know, Male Popo Tree. So the writers, they have assessed me, and Jacko gave me one song. I taking them out. It's like I taking them out. I taking them out. It was to suggest we taking them out to eat, but it was out we taking them. Like take it how you want, but we were taking them out. So
taking them out.
The writers out there, when I don't write for myself, they look at me and they said, well, that is not a guy we're going to give a song of that kind of a stand level. We're giving him this well put together, but with satire and wit, we're giving him that song. So I've never had a writer giving me a song that I have never liked. So when Pat gave me Judge Judy and the CCJ, I mean, I welcome that song because it just sit down well with me. When he gave me Espa Mal Papai, it sat down well with me. And then I gave him Pat Payment, no increment. Yeah, that was so I've always been not controversial, but known to give people something that they will speak about and enjoy. Maybe give a little maybe in between, but nothing heavy, nothing insulting, nothing to make you not want to come and listen to the Calypso.
Wow. I want to know.
Do you think Calypsonians are something that they probably need to follow in terms of, because you find there's some people who say, they're not going to Calypso shows no more because of the kinds of Calypsos or the way people just hitting you hard. Well, do you think there needs to be a better balance?
I think that is a misconception, honestly. I mean, we encourage our writers to write the Calypsos in a more crafty as they can. Remember back in the days how Rabbit would write the song, give Mamu a lot of blows and Charlo, but it's still enjoyable. We have seen some reduction in that type of craftiness. Again, the limitation of writers. Back then, the guys would be writing for themselves. So you had Ghost, you had Senator, you had Rabbit, you had Spider. A lot of them were writing a portion. But right now, you have very limited writers right now. And a lot of the Calypsonians are not able to write, or maybe not write sufficient songs for themselves. So big up those who are still doing it. So Daddy Chess and Hunter and those that are still doing it. But how you had a lot of Calypso writers back then, you don't have that, and you have a lot of people depending on writers for songs, and we do not have a lot of persons increasing in the writing pool. So it's like the same Ian Jackson, Pelham, Patiron, who again might have? I'm trying to think. And some others, but these are the more prominent writers. I want Ras Kelly, I keep telling it to him. Ras Kelly every year, a Papa Is You song should be written. One song, not two, one, at least one. I said the same thing to Senator not too long ago. You guys could craft the lyrics, bring it in a way that even if it is hitting, but it is hitting in an enjoyable manner. Let us stop at the Calypso art form. It is ours.
I want us to go back to Calypso later, obviously. We cannot divorce Calypso from you. And there should be no separation, obviously. But I want to go to another area that Trendsetter is heavily involved in, about the Narring show and your job as, I would say, maybe a philanthropist, because you have helped a lot of people. I want to go there. I mean, Anne-Marie and Brian, apart from Anne-Marie and Brian, there are others, of course, that you have done a lot for. What propelled you to get involved in all of this?
Okay, so for me, as I said, I never forget where I came from. In Massac, in that little house. Nothing fancy, sleeping on the floor. And that just instilled a certain value in me that, you're not bigger than anybody. You're not more advanced. You may have a few more dollars than somebody else, but as a human being, you're not more superb than them. So if I were to speak on the Brian matter, I've known Brian in Maho, in my area. Brian works for my mother. But what touched me with this whole Brian situation, Brian gets a GoPwell for Anne-Marie. He has gotten that GoPwell probably. Well, every Christmas he gets it, even worse.
What is a GoPwell?
A GoPwell is a heartache. It's a chronic heartache disorder. That's thing you have. You hallucinating. You sleepwalking. You
are you
vomiting.
saying that from the minute that you learned, or you went through this as well?
I didn't go through. I haven't gone through that.
Okay.
But
okay.
When Brian was going through his GoPwell, guys, Brian would come to do work for my mother, and then he would come at my home, and he said to me, and that is where it touched me, and I started,
and
giving
he's
him.
Originally from where? From Brian?
Brian is from Mahu.
Mahu, okay.
Brian said to me, I am going to kill myself. That is how bad the GoPwell is. Because his girl has gone. She has picked up and gone to Antigua, and he cannot make it.
Yeah.
He's going to kill himself. But give me a chance to talk. So I said, Brian, I was on vacation at the time. I said, Brian, if it's a medium you want that will let you relieve your stress, come. We will have our little show. And I got this society to like Brian, support him, give him little grocery, give him little thing. I mean, I give him a 6-burner stove and he sold it for $150 because that's just the nature of the game. But I saw that he's so hurt, the heartache of, and you never know, I mean, what makes a person happy.
Yeah.
You may say, oh, Anne-Marie, but that is who the man loves. That is who he sees as his lifetime partner. And when he came speaking that language, I just said, Brian, if you want, come. I will, that is your cutleries and your thing. You have your old little quarters in my place. You have your machine. I told him I will cut your hair for you, make you look like somebody. And we started off good, but then, these guys, they are not the easiest to manage. So after a while, he went astray, and I just, allow him to move on. And it's not just Brian. There are a number of persons. Recently, there was this lady from Pottersville, Marie Therese. She was in some situation with some property that her mother left for her, and she's having some little difficulties. And I have assisted her several times out of the goodness of my heart, and just appealing to the general public to help her, because one of the things I know was when her mother was alive, what the mother was saying, what was the mother's wishes. And up to today, that lady will send me a message, God bless you. And I'm not looking for no fame, you know. I'm not looking to get no riches, no nothing. These people need support. They are individual. I can use a platform to motivate people to help them. I do just that. So I've gotten help for her, another lady. And I don't turn down people. I mean, well, I wouldn't say I don't turn down people, because you have to be very careful with people who may not try to take advantage of your kindness. And I have had to discard and dismiss certain attempts to probably try to get me to get stuff that was not too authentic. So, but I always ending up in the helping those that really, really need the help, like Marie Therese, even little young Jeremiah. And I mean, these people, they all they tell me, God bless you, and I'm fine. Because they see me as somebody they can just speak to, just be their self, and just open up to. Sometimes they have suicidal thoughts, but they can just call me. I mean, the amount of voice notes I get from Marie Therese, every time she goes through a problem, she sees me as almost like a savior. To send me a message to say, Nari, I'm going through this is what I'm going through, and I have to tell her, just remain calm. God will take care of you and whatnot. So I think, again, it's my upbringing. My parents have always been people who help and serving. My father served, do a lot of community work in his days growing up, being presidents of credit union boards and other areas. My mother is always giving. My mother assists several people in Massac. That's just, so I took those from my parents, and wherever I can help, as I tell a person, I may not have, some people will come to me and tell me, my child need this, and I will say, but I do not have a fund in a charitable thing. But I look at everything on a case by case basis, and where I see there's merit, I will appeal to the public for support.
I see you done a referee's jersey in recent time. What is happening there?
Well,
I see you giving red cards and all.
Yes, that is just one of the other elements of Narin. That's not Trendsetter. Trendsetter is one person over there, and then you have the Narin show. That part of that offering is to have a issuance of red card, yellow card, and when the referee give you a card, it's because you had some bad behavior, or you probably need a warning or some reprimand. So as I said, if there's an issue, and I've given several persons red card, politicians, and it's not personal, I do not hate them. Opposition, government, whoever. If I just find I find you mark away there, you should have done that better, I give a little red card. It's just something for you to do a little introspection and say, boy, for true, maybe I should not have dealt with that way. So Trendsetter give me a red card, I want to avoid another one. So it's nothing insulting, it is just part of my cool character, and I issue a red card.
Okay, Nigel, if you look story.
A lot of stories, a lot of journey,
story
a lot of
story.
context to the journey, which we appreciate the whole story that you shared.
Yes.
Definitely
Just learning
that,
about the man, yeah.
And I mean, you've used, because a lot of times people might say, social media can be negative, all the things that you're saying, but you've used social media on a different way, a different trajectory. You've decided to use it to, uplift people, to share their story, to seek help, seek assistance. I know you had an issue recently where you were telling you want transparency because certain things didn't go the way it was supposed to have gone. So, I mean, you're using the platform for a good thing.
Yes. And I mean, even with regards to my most recent involvement, I've never met the child anywhere. I'm not his power, I am not his uncle, I'm not anything. But when I saw on December 9th or 10th, the photo of this young child who got burnt from the bursting of canoe, it touched me as a father. And not knowing him from nowhere, not ever having a conversation with either of his parents, I just asked my followers, first and foremost, let us pray for that child. Let us say a prayer, because I mean, you're talking 55% of the child's body being burnt. And I mean, I said, but that could be one of my sons. And it really touched me. And then, of course, after that, the mother reached out to me. Big up your good morning to you, Miss Cassian Tavernier from Soufriere. She reached out to me to tell me thank you. And that was enough for me. And then we spoke, and she told me of, the GoFundMe. And I really used the platform to appeal to people to support the child, support him. It doesn't matter who he is or we do not know him, but support the cause. I mean, I've since asked for some accountability, because when I use my platform, it is not to just use and abuse. And it did result in, it did bear fruits, I would say, because I clearly recall when I got on board, and that GoFundMe was just about 1,800 US, just about that. And when I started to appeal, I saw that move from 1,800 to 18,000 US in nickel time. Because you see, it came out genuine, and people could feel the sincereness in my voice, that I wasn't loud. Sometimes I can be a little, but I had to break it down. Because there is a child, a young child, that was supposed to be preparing to enjoy Christmas. Maybe go and buy his capsule gun or his water gun, and basically bandit, and he is in bandage somewhere. It had to touch you. And I just used that momentum to appeal. But he is doing a lot better. He have had 2 successful surgeries. He still has some additional works to be undertaken to make sure that he can heal properly. And the mother remains in constant contact with me. She messages me to let me know that this is the progress and whatnot.
Trendsetter, is there a Bible verse that drives you, that you live by, or quotation or verse somewhere?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I just say you have to do good by people. God put me on earth not to do bad by people, because I do not want anybody to do bad by me. And if somebody have done bad by me, I would like them to reconsider moving forward. But, it's just looking out for your brother, man, whether less fortunate or anybody. It's just being true to people, not being a fake or a hypocrite, maybe pretending. I cannot really do that. I tell people as it is.
By the way, Nigel, Trendsetter's brother is one of our biggest promoters, we could call him that. Miguel, right?
Miguel Murphy.
Oh yes, definitely so.
The man has just...
Miguel, yes.
He has just gone all out to ensure that he promotes this program, I mean, on various platforms. So let us say good morning to... He was a guest as well on Connecting the Dots.
Miguel is my little brother that I'm very, very proud of. When I mean, I don't always say to him, but when I see a photo out there with Miguel addressing some big congregation and whatnot, I smile. I said, that's my little brother there, boy. That's my little brother there. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's my little brother, Miguel.
Yes, of course. Big up to you, Miguel, and all the work that you've been doing.
I feel in for song with
for
Nigel.
Connecting the Dots, and for all the other organizations that you're involved with as well.
Nigel, I'm feeling for a song, a verse or something. Any song will do. I'm feeling for a verse or any song
That's
will
another
do.
one. Oh, by the way, as you say song, who was it? Somebody sent me a message. I think it might have been Smokey or somebody who said, oh yeah, I think it's Smokey who sent a message saying that it would be nice for you to do a calypso called Red Card. So think about that.
Red cap or red card?
Red card.
Red card.
Yes, that would fall in line with what he's doing. Yes.
And I have a lot of ideas running in my head.
Powell, I hope you're listening, Powell.
Yes, I. By the way, Charles Joe is saying, Trendsetter, this year try not to rush your song with this calypso. You can go straight to the finals. So that's advice there from someone on the live. And one of
I
the fans
stopped
again.
rushing songs, Last year was nice and mellow. Last year was Jinping Belarus Airport. We're taking it. We're going good. We're taking our time. And
that was a nice one as well.
Yeah, I love that. What I love how how you could take the belly, our traditional music, and fuse that with calypso, and to give you a nice. I mean, I had people dancing belly and jingping during the carnival season because it had that nice little chip and being belly rules. Yeah.
Yes, that was a
Let's
nice
go
one.
to
That
the
was a nice
telephone.
one.
Let's just go to the telephone quickly. Hello, connect to the dots.
Hi, morning, night, morning,
Morning.
night, girl.
Hey, morning, Gado.
Morning, Naren.
Morning, Vado,
Yes,
darling,
I
Hey,
like your
Papa.
interview with Pitlock.
Vado.
Hey.
I love your interview with Pitlock.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but I'm listening to all your songs. Since you came on the scene, I am there with you.
Oh yes, from
You are
Stardom
my
10th.
support, okay?
Yes,
So
man.
I was play this song with Pitlock for me. Narin that interviewed the man, you know.
Yes. Vado, the song Vado.
Narin, I love your interviews with Polo and everybody. And all who you interview, I like. I like, but Pitlock is my
Yes,
favorite.
I.
You okay?
We may see you on
Okay.
stage again when he's
I'm
performing.
listening.
Vado, we may see you on
Senor.
stage when Picklock is performing.
No, you know I'm not well.
Oh yes.
You know,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
true.
I
Take
got
care,
to
my dear.
listen.
All right, take care.
Okay then.
Okay.
Bye.
Interesting.
Trendsetter, one of the things, one way we spoke to Hunter and we spoke to Scrunter and recently, and of course, they were telling us of all the things that happened backstage with Calypsonians and the
Right, I'm going
tension
there,
that's
boy.
there and everything else. Was your experience like with other Calypsonians when competing back there and what goes on?
Well, for me, I've never really experienced any tension. No, I come there and I do my business. Before I was in the executive, I would be in the crowd. When it's my time, I come and I do my business. Since I'm on the executive, it's from ticket booth to backstage. So when it's my time, I just come, I do my business, I go back in the ticket booth. So I
But
never
isn't
really
there
have
any
that.
tension? Haven't you ever, felt
Yes,
the
it's
tension?
always you always have that butterfly when you see you number 14 and they're on 12 and you say we portier, and you're trying to make sure you remember how your first verse starting and how the second starting, and you want to make sure you have that because it doesn't take long. A split of a second, you maybe just watch somebody a little too hard in the crowd, and that can just throw you off.
So you don't find other Calypsonians
Yeah.
backstage that be trying to put you off, trying to distract
Yes,
you, trying to...
no, one guy that is known for doing that thing. There is a man they call pick up. So he will come there and he want to have a big conversation. Trendsetter, you'll be the next president. Right there, and I preparing to go on stage. You are the next president, But you can be the treasurer still. You want to have a big,
At that
long
time.
conversation with you at that time. And it's very distracting. So a lot of times you have to say, put Picky off from the backstage. But you respect people like Picky and the contributions they have made to the art form, with the beggar and chicken bongs and all of the songs. But sometimes it can just be a bit too much.
Trendsetter, obviously, we you have to see some of the DPP for us later on. But when you look at the art form in its entirety, you having come in maybe from a young age, always listening to Calypsos before, and you now playing an integral role in the development of the product. When you look back to, when you entered and where we are now, what bothers you, if anything?
Well, for one, the patronage of the art form has dwindled. Back in the heydays, Calypso was considered king. There was not heavy competition. As a matter of fact, there was no competition even on the night of a Calypso show. It was Calypso alone. We have seen the introduction of other events. And, you cannot really fight those things. Person said that it should only be Calypso on that day. I would love that. No lie. I would love that. But in the era that we are, we cannot restrict people
we should not.
from their taste. That is their taste. So we encourage our Calypsonians, our writers, let's give people reason to come to the show. Person say about too much politics. Sometimes that to me is I think it is blown out of context. It's not too much politics. What happens at time is maybe the more dynamic singers maybe hitting heavy. So it sounds like as if all the songs are politics. Because I challenged somebody a time. I said, you said all the songs in the finals are politics. I look at the list, and it was just about 30%. All the others, you had the Shanice, you had the Web, you had the Healer. And I'm saying, let's not fight down the art form. And when you have these young persons there, the Healers, the Webs, well, Web is not, we wouldn't say Web is young, but the young people and the those that do not want to really sing politics alone, that just still want to partake in the art form, don't give the notion that it is only about politics, that you're discouraging people from coming because it's about politics. What about those young artists that see wisdom in participating in Calypso? You're not inspiring hope and confidence in them when you're speaking so badly about the art form. With everything, we always have to look and hear what the public is saying, fix where you can fix. But for me, I will never discourage anybody, even if I am not on the executive. I will never send no seeds of discord where Calypso is concerned. Calypso is there with us well over 50, 60 years. And I mean, it really captures the occurrences in the country. I look forward to how my fellow Calypsonians are going to capture their topic, how they're going to present it. That should be very intriguing to everybody. That, yes, you can enjoy your bouillon, but that is our world, that's our culture, that's our heritage, and something that should be sustained. And sustenance is a whole other show I might want to have with regards to how do we keep Calypso there? How do we ensure that there is adequate support from the state to the art form to ensure that it doesn't become a thing of the past. We still have a rich interest in Calypso, and it must be supported by all and sundry. Calypso contributes significantly.
But do you also believe that the movers and shakers of the art form and the Calypso Association more so should now begin to bring in even more innovative ideas to ensure the sustenance of the art form?
Yes, I am totally for bringing in new ideas, looking at different ways of doing things, creating new components. So like this year, we have gotten requests for certain components in the show, whether it's the spin around, when you go to an event and you're spinning on that thing, and then when they're taking the 360, the photo, you have other persons indicating their willingness to have some of their services available free of charge and whatnot. Maybe offer bottled, tabled services. So we're looking to see how we can really make the Calypso attendance an experience, so that people will really want to
Will
come.
we also see more Clash of the Tens that a lot of people have been calling for this for many years now? I think it was tried last year again.
Well, I have not.
But don't you think though, as one of the executive members on the Calypso Association, that an event like this will help promote Calypso more?
Yes, I totally agree. An event like that will promote Calypso. It will also warrant additional sponsorship as well. And that's one of the difficulties we face at times. Because in terms of support, it is the patronage and the sponsorship. That is the support. That is where our funding comes from. If there is more support, then I believe there can be more other elements into the Calypso. So I think we need some state support. I have been saying that for the longest while. We should be getting some form of subvention. At minimum, I'm saying it here again, it's not too late. At minimum, the Calypso Association should be able to utilize the Calypso venue for free. Maybe pay whatever incidentals of the night, but
the Calypso venue, or you're talking about the Carnival venue?
Carnival venue,
okay.
The Carnival venue. We pay to use that setup that is already in place already. So I am asking, and I've asked
over the years, Scrunter, have you written, or is just something that you've been talking about?
we have written
why, and so on and so on.
We have written, we have communicated it to the powers that be, We have said it to our friends at the DFC. I mean, they may not have total control as to take a decision like that, but I'm just saying.
But Transit, as a person who is involved in figures,
Yeah.
Suggesting for free, isn't that asking a lot?
No, well, when I say for free, it's because of how important Calypso is. Because Calypso contributes to the economy. I've said 90% of the revenues collected by the Dominica Calypso Association goes right back into the economy. Value added tax, the prices and whatnot. It doesn't stay with us, you know. There's no retained earnings of 90%. 90% goes right back into the economy. In the other islands, there's support from the state. So what I'm saying is, if we cannot get, I would love cash. I would love a big figure. But in the absence of a big figure, I'm saying there should be some consideration. So maybe you cannot give me the venue free, although it's already set up, you know. You can maybe give it to me at a more concessionary rate.
Okay.
Which will allow me
Taking
to
that
do
last
a lot
part.
more, maybe augment certain prices and whatnot.
Okay, all right. I can take in that last part.
I can see, yes,
But I know it's an
I can
expensive
follow that
venture.
trend. I
Yeah,
can follow
it is
that trend.
yeah.
And hopefully, you know, somebody will be listening in and make it happen. For that to ensure that we can continue. I mean, there's a lot more that has to be done at the Calypso Association, of course, for a different venue, because you're not there representing Calypso Association today. You're there as Narin, Trendsetter, Murphy. But of course, there are people who argue that, you know, the Calypso Association shouldn't just wait for the Calypso season to try to do stuff that, you know, throughout the year other things can happen. But that's a different topic, I guess, when we have the association at some point in time. Figures, I want to come to a couple of your songs as we're kind of winding down in a little bit. When you did that song, Figures, I guess it was a nice way of using your own profession as figures. Do you really do you like big figures?
Yeah, well,
Glad Nigel. Ask him direct.
I love big figures.
Yeah,
even part my functions at my work is to also deal with big figures. I am currently the senior relationship officer, so I would deal with a larger portfolio than my colleagues. So it's big figures, all how you look at it. So, and again, remember I said, I don't tell writers what to write. It was Peter later who decided Trendsetter, Figures. And he took that song, you know, and he just captured me, even brought my father into play, brought my employment, and it was well done. And it took me to the finals.
Peter later, sometimes maybe people underestimate his, you know, his
No, Peter
his
is a very crafty guy.
Oh, he is. He's a very good writer, you know.
Yes.
That song Voodoo on the Port, if you listen to this, I mean, wood
for wood, well
you will realize,
yes.
Let's just go to the telephone quickly. Hello? Connecting the dots. Yes, quickly. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Of course, I think that voice everybody knows already. So a wonderful thing over I used to see my partner. To see my partner there as the face of Calypso. You know, today he and the president. Is something I was looking for a good while before I retire, to really get somebody, the kind of people that could really give Calypso a good, you know, image. Now on the Calypso side, my partner, you know it is. You must go to Curtis Matthew. I think Curtis Matthew put a jinx on you very early when he promised you the king, even before you had start. But I tell you, Curtis, go to the man and apologize. I think this year,
Curtis tie him up.
Yeah, Curtis tie him up very early. Curtis tell him he'll be a future king, but that was too early. Because that go in his head, and I think it messed him up a bit. You know, he believe he could just steal on Curtis' wishes, you know, but I know what he wants, and I wish him well, and I really, really wish he could go as far as possible. It would mean I have more work to do, but I don't have a problem sacrificing the time for you. Nice. I don't even say I don't do like Curtis, you know, but yeah, you know, but all I say is, yeah, wonderful. In terms of the support from government, we've been trying a lot. My good friend Foxy, the VAT always saying he can't do anything, is the law. But Narin can tell you how much money over the last 10, 15 years we've contributed to the consolidated fund. is a lot. But then we have done well. We have a property that's over $1 million in value over the years. Nowhere else in the Calypso world we can boast of that. And I have confidence, although that all music genres eventually turn to for folk music. We have been trying a lot, but then it's a cycle that it will be difficult to really break. Calypso, just like every other genre, will eventually be folk music. But we just have to continue working, and I know my partners working hard to maintain, and I just wish them all the luck, as usual, all the luck in going forward. And bless up, my bro. I hope you reach as fast as possible.
All the best to you as well, man. You continue to ensure that the art form is on a high.
Yeah,
so thanks for your efforts.
Yes, and Trendsetter tell you,
No.
write that
Okay.
is one song of you, okay?
The thing is, everywhere I go, even yesterday on the beach, everywhere I go, Ghost, we want to hear you. I don't know if it's laugh or you want
Hey,
to
you
laugh.
need to write a
again.
song for somebody, man. Even if you're not.
If I have to write one,
something.
maybe
Your
that's the
master
one that will
lyricist, you know,
give.
Ghost.
Maybe that's the one that will give my partner a crown.
Okay, well,
So I'll
well,
think
let's
about
see.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's see. But
Yeah,
thank you, man.
bless up, my bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength.
All right.
And that's my partner there. I mean, he give me a lot of pressure, Ras Kelly. But I from day one when I became an executive member, I worked very, very closely with Ras in the ticket booth, and then he was the treasurer at the time, and then we transitioned from him. So nice succession from Ras to myself, and there has not been no season that Ras has not been in the booth with me. The only year from 2019 to now, Ras was not in the booth with me from elimination was last elimination. And it felt awkward. It felt a bit funny that he was not there for that show. Because, I mean, he's a guy I know when I have to go on stage, Ras, hold it down there. So he's a guy, I mean, we does kicks off and whatnot, but I have a lot of respect for him.
Yes.
And Ras, sadly, I suspect you will be in the booth by yourself this time. I'll come and go, but I suspect you have a lot more work to do this time around.
Okay, let's see if this person is on. Hello? Okay, hello? Okay, I think I did something wrong, so you'll have to call back. Trendsetter is on. Narin Murphy, I tell you, we are having fun discussing so much. So much,
Go ahead.
Nigel. Go ahead. Let's see if this person is on. I'm seeing something wrong with my lines. Hello? Hello? Okay, Nigel, continue. Let me see what I can do in the meantime.
Yes. Youngster must have put something there. 'Cause in case you don't know, I call Curtis Youngster.
Okay, let me try now. Yes, youngster is listening and doing what he has to do as one of the producers. So yes. Hello.
Hey, Ivana, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to you again.
Let's go.
I like your spiritual friend. You talk about giving to give, not giving to receive. I like that. That's my strength also. You're talking about money. You're talking about cash, finance. Okay? Give us an idea as to the receipt versus the expenses for just 2 years, just for 2024. Okay? The Calypso Association brought in so much. This is the expenses. Just give us an idea of that as an accountant. You know, you're talking to someone who is in the field also. So just want to get an idea of, you know, because you're asking for more class and all of that. So give us an idea.
Okay.
Are you
all right.
breaking even? Are you making a loss? Are you making a profit? Just give an idea. Receipt, income versus the expenses of the Calypso Association.
Okay, thank
for 2024.
Okay, already. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I did not come there with my financial statements, but I can tell you that to run the Calypso affairs for any given season, you talk well in excess of 450,000. Now, the gate receipt alone doesn't cut it, because gone are the days when we would have 5,000 paying people coming to the show. It's about 2,005 thereabout. So if you do that by 100, you already seen that there is a shortfall. So it's the sponsorship and whatnot. So it's almost like almost break even. There are times where you may make a small loss, but there is a previous year where you may have made a little profit. But again, because of the management, where we fall short in a subsequent year, we fall back on the gains of the previous year. Because you know these things there, you could go up, you could go down. and whatnot. I'm really hoping that this year the crowd is a bumper crowd and we can do better than we did previously.
Let's go back to the telephone.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, good morning, Ivona.
To you as well.
Good morning, Nigel.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
And good morning, Murphy.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Hello. Okay, I'm not sure. I guess the person just wanted to say good morning. Well, good morning.
Well, we
to
appreciate that too.
Good
We
morning
appreciate
to you.
that too.
Yes.
Trent said the PPP. What's happening to the? You don't want to leave to go and tea right now.
No.
Everything
I
is
did
good.
that before. I did that before I came. So
DPP. Is it?
yeah, I did that before.
You're taking letters out of the alphabet like mystery?
No, I'm just dealing with an issue
Tell
that
us.
has plagued the country for an extended period. You know, and I mean, people who live here, or even if you don't live here, or you may have lived there for a period of time, there are certain areas where you pass in the city, you cannot help but take that stench. You know, certain kuwe, certain alley. And that's why we have DPP. So it's basically an awareness. We have an awareness campaign going down. We are dealing with the indiscriminate, and I would add wanton, urination in the city and how that should be brought to a halt.
And we're using the colloquial term PP.
PP, yes. Because I mean, from the time you were a child, one of the first things your mother will tell you, look the tense there when you're on to PP. So PP is not a new term. It's not something that is just been introduced in 2025. It's a well-established term. And I mean, I just love the way how that song was written. I mean, it takes you back. It puts you to think of the days of coming to the city, especially if you came from the country on that lorry truck. You know, it maybe will take about 2 hours. What would maybe take 30 to 45 minutes now, maybe on that lorry truck, it would be 45 minutes. And early in the morning, you may have drunk a simekotwa tea, some toloma, and you just cannot you just cannot do anything else but let it go when you reach in the city. We are saying that needs to be put to an end. You need to have order with regards to that indiscriminate
As simple as
PPing.
that. Put your own meaning, but don't call me moving line.
That is right. That is right. And it's happening by the court. Nobody cannot say otherwise.
Yes,
If you
yes,
pass
it's something
there
we need
at
to address.
12 o'clock, if you pass there 12 o'clock after Juve morning, you will understand what time it is.
Yes, I am.
So we just, before it happened, we are asking people to think twice about that.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. This person is still on the live. What Peltier? Peltier. I'm not sure how her first name is pronounced or if it's a he. But okay, sorry about this. This person is saying, I'm so happy to see this. That's how I began following you. There will be people that will try to take advantage of your goodness. Your humanitarian ways is your blessing. Stay humble. So that's at the time when we were talking about, what you are doing for the less fortunate and people who really do not have a voice. Nigel, I'm just going to the book now. So many comments, Nigel. Wow.
Lots of comments.
Yes. Narin's character and public. I lose this one, Nigel. Narin's character and public life is an example to emulate in helping shape a better society, and that's good. Narin, keep up the good work you are doing. That's what the Heavenly Father called you to do, to be a servant to Him. Good blessings is upon you, and Nigel, the voice is going.
The voice is going, yes. But lots of comments here. This person wants to say that they need to organize that PP business before Carnival, because after Carnival in the sun, that stench just really kill you there.
Oh yeah, that the VAP.
You may have to go and you may
make sure the PP thing is taken care of before Carnival.
That's why we have it out early. So we have the awareness. You cannot say we didn't warn you. Stop doing that.
You know beforehand what's coming.
Yes.
Wow. Narin Murphy,
And you think this? Are you ready for the finals for this one?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Sing a line for us now in this. Sing a verse.
Boy, long ago it wasn't easy to ride a lorry from the country. And when that truck get to the city, everybody want to pee. who wet in stone, not them alone. Some pee in drain, making it rain. It had a PP tree leading to the sea. Look, the PP bombarded the city. So you hear me? And then the DPP and I will be answering. It's a call and response.
I can see the props on stage for something like that.
Yeah.
You can begin to see it.
So
Yes,
as the advocate for the indiscriminate PPing, I've told people that right now you can refer to me as the DPP, the Director of Public Peace, the champion of the cause.
Yes, I.
Okay?
So one figures.
But it's interesting how we use those terms. I
Yeah.
mean, without any, PP, whenever where PP come on, how would that they come up with when you want to,
But that is
urinate,
Calypso,
you see
yeah?
PP. It's
When
a local Dominican
we
thing.
establish it is the long journey from country on that truck.
Yeah, yes.
2.5
The storyline
hours, you're not-
sets it,
yeah.
yes,
Yes,
from the very
yes.
beginning.
It's
You can
established.
get, yes.
And you're holding that,
I hold it, yeah, that is what it is. That is what it is. That is what it is. That's why I give it my partner, Professor Alexander Powell, all full marks. Well written. I mean, when it first draft, we looked at it, we make our changes, and because that song there, you can take it for what you want. There's nothing in that song that says otherwise, other than the need for letting go of PP that you have held from country to tongue.
What is your take on the junior Calypsonians as well, trendsetter?
Well, I am pleased with the junior Calypsonians. I mean, what's the name? I think
There's a
it's
junior Calypso Booyah, /
yes,
Booyah now.
yes. I mean, the Booyah component, as I said, Booyah is here to stay. It's not something we can fight. The young people love their Booyah. So I personally don't have an issue with the Leo Club ensuring that they encourage the kids to participate in our culture. So those who wants to do the Calypso, the avenue is there. If those who want to do the Booyah, it is still there. Because we cannot really restrict people right now with what they really want to do. I hope that there could be more Calypso and maybe it
Yeah,
could have
for
a
the longest while,
separate
the console
competition.
was just completely
But maybe
off.
that's
I
in the
can't put
long
it on
run
mic, I can't
and
put it
whatnot.
on.
But I personally don't have any issue
The console,
with what the
but
Leo
just
Club
off
has
Yes,
for
been
the
everyone,
longest
you
doing.
want to
while.
mute yourself a little bit. Go ahead,
I can't put off
trendsetter.
my mic to talk,
Huh?
not going off.
Now, just telling everyone to,
It's just
to
off.
mute her mic and that you can continue so we don't hear her
Yes.
conversation.
So the junior monarch, I mean, we continue to support the Leo Club as the parent organizer of Calypso, and we encourage them to continue. We encourage the schools, we encourage the writers to lend support to the art form and write the Calypsos for the students. Because a lot of Calypsonians, the observers, the King Dice, and Tasha too, Tasha, I think, came from the junior monarch as well.
Yes,
And today
she
they
did.
are big Gandhis right now. So I think Calypso is a thing that just continue. There should be arrangements for provision of Calypso in the schools.
At the World Creole Music Festival.
At the
more
World Creole
prominent,
Music
yes.
Festival. We continue to knock and ask that, we have the biggest show during the carnival season, yet during the World Creole Music Festival for the past years, Calypso has not gotten a presence on the big stage. The last time we got was on the forecourt. We want to be on the big stage.
Yes,
You can make a
hopefully we'll be on
nice
the big
medley.
stage this
You
year if
can
everything goes
have a
according to
nice
plan.
package that you
Yes,
you
yes.
can sell out. You can promote properly.
But let me ask you though, Ivona, I'm not sure if I'm muted though.
I don't know.
Ivona,
But Nigel, so you're hearing me, right?
yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
I don't know what is happening. Everything is just off, but I'm just hoping
It's
that
one
on
of
the
these
radio
things.
that
That's
we are
all
on.
right. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It happens. Trendsetter, in terms of, as we're kind of winding down the program, in terms of balancing between you being the treasurer, you have to take care of the tickets and the booth. You also have to run to perform. You have to get ready backstage. How are
do
you
you
able to
juggle
manage
this?
all
Yeah.
of that on the night of when you have to
Well,
perform?
one of the things I have working for me is preparedness, structure. That's one of the things I believe I brought into the art form in terms of even our record keeping and management of funds. So it's not last minute. I have all my structures in place. I already have my ticket vendors being sorted out so that tickets can go out selling. We have my ticket booth tellers there in place. So we have the structure in place so that it's not too difficult on the day that I just come in, pop in, make sure everything is all right. I mean, Ghost likes when I'm not in competition, so we're in the booth there taking our kicks, but Ghost, again, sorry, this year they're looking a little troublesome for you. Yeah, but and again, it's just my dedication. I'm really, I tell people I'm even more dedicated to the administrative component than even the trendsetter part. But I think this year is going to have to split down in the middle because we're not taking that DPP for granted at all.
Okay, so you're taking this.
And I'm sure you have a team working there with you, Candy, and everybody else, the team putting together everything.
Yes. I mean, I had a press release, I mean,
yes.
I had a press release, so it's serious business.
It's a serious business.
Serious business.
Yes. Trendsetter, Nigel. I know we are out of time already, but I could just stay on seriously because he speaks well about so many things, and that's what I like because he's a multifaceted individual.
We're happy that he was able to share that journey and that connection with us, this morning. So we found out a little bit more, not just on Trendsetter, the Calypsonian, but on this little shy, timid guy from Massac, who know you cannot stop talking. So that's a big transformation that has taken place. What do you think caused that, though, as we ending up? What do you think caused that transformation from this shy little guy to who you are now?
It was just who I was destined to be, and things happened in their time. And maybe just aligning with the right people. I think getting involved in the Calypso Association, working with people like Ghost and Senator and Bassi and Observer and Bob and Hixie at one point, Lady S. It still helped mold me to be the person that I am. And of course, support. I mean, I know that we're ending, but one of the greatest support I have right now comes from my wife, Candida. I mean,
Candida, when she was very young, she was also involved in Calypso to some extent, I remember.
No, I think she was in flag waiver business.
Well, by the NC, but that was long ago. That was long ago as a little girl, because we grew up in the same time in Bath Road. Of course, I'm older than her, but around that time.
Last year, she was actually singing the Jingping Belle Rose at the Stadium tent. So she has been a wonderful support.
Good support,
Wonderful support to me. I mean, she practices the song with me, and it's very nice having that support, that genuine support of real love and care.
Nice.
I really appreciate my wife.
Yes. Nigel, do we end? Just give us a verse of a song again as we end. Which one you want, Nigel? Slots? I'm asking you, Nigel, which one you want?
You're asking me.
A verse and a chorus. Anyone will do.
Anyone will do.
Anyone will do.
Which one I remember?
But you have so many songs.
I thought we were going to play. The
DPP again. Okay, but but we wanted to sing as well. We wanted to sing.
But because I have the flow, I don't want to strain. I don't want to strain the voice a little too much. No?
That's understandable.
But yes, I understand that. But as we end Trendsetter, and before we bring the song, as we end, your take on connecting the dots. You, of course, as a social media influencer, you have your own show as well. But what's your take on a show like this as well?
No, that's a fascinating show. That's a show that must never end, because you see, it allows your guests feel very comfortable, and it allows them to really tell their story. And the name is quite fitting, connecting the dots. And I mean, you reminded me of certain things that I could not even really remember of a long time ago. It brought me back to thinking, and once we started, I could not stop. So I was quite comfortable here speaking with you guys today. And I mean, I encourage other prospective guests to come. It's an area where you feel at home, you're not badgered, and you will have a nice time connecting the dots with Ivona, JB, Luge, and the man Nigel Francis.
People are telling me on my WhatsApp, Nigel, that we have to bring him back again some other time. Obviously, of course, we have to look at that because he continues to do so much, apart from the Calypso art form, as we spoke about, his work with helping people, we want to look at that as well on another platform, on another program. But Trendsetter, it was a pleasure just being on with you. I too learned a lot, and that's the thing, Nigel. Sometimes you see people, okay, they are popular, you realize, how much they are doing, but when you get their story, you begin to appreciate their work even more. And hats off to you, man. Just keep on going.
Thank you very much.
Blessings gonna find you, man.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yes. Nigel?
Yes, my dear, we do it again next week. We connect again. I know you're getting ready for the opening of Carnival later on in a couple of hours or so from now. So, want to wish everybody happy opening Carnival. Trendsetter, it was nice connecting with you again.
Oh, yes.
Of course, we'll see you during the Carnival season. Hopefully, you make it through. So when I'm there, I can do the commentaries and everything else. If youngster decide to put me on the shift, so we can see, and I can remember Trendsetter there now. He's there in the semifinals and the finals as well. So all the best, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
To all of you who viewed,
and of course, when you leave the studio, you can go there and DB because it's important to make sure,
Yeah,
Nigel,
I'm in a top of water.
Yes.
Take care.
So am I.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It makes